Kelly, no comment from the officials here at the White House on the president's decision, why he reversed course, who was with him at the time he did. I just spoke with somebody in the West Wing who was in the Oval Office moments ago. They're offering no color, no insight, no context here to the president's decision, just saying simply the truth speaks for itself. That is the Truth Social post that the president put up on social media. I can tell you that I was standing next to some lower level aides in the West Wing when this hit the wires. None of them were in a position to expect this, and all of them were surprised to see it. The president had given no indication that he was thinking about reversing course on the future of his tariff program. Obviously, he's bifurcating his response here. One response for China, one response for the rest of the world. They had told me here at the White House earlier today that there were more than 70 countries that had sought negotiations with the White House. The president suggesting in his report, in his post just now, that number is 75 nations. So clearly this is a sudden pivot and reversal by this White House, and aides here are not in a position right now to offer any kind of context or insight into why the president did what he did. What we do know is that there were reports off of Capitol Hill that Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was set to meet with a number of Republicans on the Hill. That meeting was canceled. Bessent was said to be headed to a meeting at the White House. Presumably that has something to do with this. We haven't quite connected those dots just yet, though, Kelly, to know exactly who was in the Oval Office with the president at the time that the president made this decision. I'm just checking to make sure that there's a Marine at the West Wing door here to indicate that the president is indeed in the West Wing, and that is the case. So the president is here. We don't know who's in the Oval Office with him, and we don't know why he made this decision, Kelly.
The NASDAQ is up about 8%. Apple is up 10%. Amen. And again, going back, there were not any conditions attached to this either. In the post, the president says, you know, those countries that have not retaliated in any way, I have authorized a 90-day pause, but there's really no strings attached here. So even as we all thought going to use these negotiations as a way of winning certain, you know, maybe it's investment dollars, maybe it is lower tariffs or non-tariff barriers, what have you. Now all of a sudden, this appears to be saying, well, that pressure is off of those countries to put those concessions on the table.
Right. So the question is, if these tariffs were the thing driving them to the table, as you point out, why take them off now if they're already at the table and you've got the pressure succeeding and the sense of urgency on the other side? You know, the market was up today, you know, leading into this, but you also had this dynamic of the Treasury market and bond yields spiking overnight, and you know, real concerns about what that meant for the future of the U.S. economy.